Welcome back. It is my first backcountry camping trip of the year, actually since last summer, believe it or not. So I'm pretty excited to be out here once again. I got some new gear that I'm testing out, including a new bedroll and a bag. It's a beautiful sunny summer day. Pretty hot out, but we do got a nice breeze going, which is helping a bit. I've got a long hike ahead of me to get to where I want to go, so I'm gonna get busy hitting the trail. I was looking at some aerial maps and I found a small pond way out in the bush. I'm gonna go hike in there, check it out, see if there's any water left. Hopefully there will be, and hopefully there will also be a nice little spot where I can set up my camp right next to it. Well, this is a really good sign. Got some running water here, so all I have to do is keep heading upstream in this little creek. Hopefully I'll get to that pond. Whew. Quick little cool off. Oh yeah. Nice and cold. Whew, that feels good. All right. Wonder how much further it's gonna be. Well, it's not much of a pond anymore, is it? Pretty dried up. There's still water here though. It might actually be a natural spring or an upwelling of water. So that's why there's still water here and water flowing out of it. Either that or there's a natural spring further upstream or a larger body of water upstream. But this little spot that I was just in looks like it's going to be pretty good for a camp. There's quite a bit of evidence in the area that this used to be a beaver pond. I believe right behind me here is the dam. There's lots of trees that you can see where beavers were chewing on it a long time ago. The flies are just going nuts. I can't even believe it. They're everywhere. So hopefully once I get my camp set up and get a little fire going, they might die down a bit. But all in all, this should be a pretty nice spot for a camp. I've certainly got a bit of yard work to do before this is going to be a suitable campsite, but with my hatchet I should be able to make pretty quick work of it. A nice forked stick like this is a great way to make a rake to clean up all the debris. Just make sure to cut the two forked parts at about the same length. Main part of the camp's looking pretty good. Got nice clear out front. Pretty happy with it so far. So now it's time to get going on the shelter and my bedroll. So what this is my entire sleep system is set up in this basically backpack style carrier for the bedroll. It's got two shoulder straps and a waist strap, two buckles to hold it all in. And the reason why I decided to do this, kind of split up my gear rather than just having a backpack that has all my gear on it. Split it up into two parts, the bedroll and then a shoulder bag for the rest of my gear. Just trying it out, seeing how I like it. It's certainly easier to pack that way, and being able to just drop my bedroll somewhere, carry the rest of my gear, or vice versa, is it's really quite nice. And not having my tarp and my bedding tucked inside of a backpack along with my other gear makes it a lot easier to access certain gear on the trail without having to rip my whole backpack apart. So for a shelter setup here, I think I'm gonna do, I probably could just lay inside of my tarp. I think I am gonna set up a bit of a shelter though. We might get a little bit of rain tonight on and off. For those that are wondering, this is a homemade wax cloth tarp. Measures 8 feet by 8 feet. Got my trusty pillow here, and then this is the bedroll, which is my blankets and my sleep pad all rolled up into this nice bundle. So we'll put this aside for now, get going on the shelter. So my tarp is folded in half. That way I can lay my bedroll on top of half of it. That'll act as my ground sheet. I got the back side staked out to attach my front guy lines, just using a simple bowline knot. Now with one of my front support poles, what I'm going to do is make a crossing turn in my rope where the running end is crossing on top, and place that over top of my pole, pull it tight. So now the running end is actually on the bottom side. I'm going to do that again, crossing turn, running end on top, and place it over my pole, pull that tight. That gives us a clove hitch, then we can then anchor this off with a stake. Nice low profile shelter, that's all I need for tonight, just in case it does end up raining, which it very possibly might. We got some darker clouds rolling in, so might be in for a little bit of a rain shower tonight. So most certainly this is overkill for a trip like this in this heat, but I should have no problem staying plenty warm, comfortable. Whew. That is mighty comfortable. So this is kind of a modern take on a bedroll, using more modern gear. Throughout the entirety of this channel I've used wool blankets as my sleep system, and oftentimes paired with a thin foam sleep mat, sometimes not even, just relying on a bough bed or not just laying on the ground. But I've decided to experiment a bit, so I made up, this is just it's basically a glorified sleeping bag. Got this outer shell, inside I have 2 blankets, and then a nice inflatable sleep pad. Just trying it out, seeing what kind of a difference it makes. I think it's going to be one heck of a good sleep tonight. Really wouldn't be much of a camp without a nice campfire. Got to make sure I'm really careful. The ground is so dry. There's lots of buildup of debris and duff. So I'm going to clear all this out, get down to mineral soil to make sure I'm not running any risk of starting a fire. Just using a simple dig stick with a tapered end. That's all you need, and just make ourselves a nice little fire pit. You don't realize how much you take for granted having just a nice, flat, clean area to work until you come to the outdoors and you got brush and debris everywhere. So kind of nice. I have this utility mat, which hopefully they're going to be available soon on my website. Just giving my knife a quick strop. I always like to strop my knife before I use it. So here's the nice thing about the mat. So you can collect all your extra shavings that don't stay attached to the feather stick. Just got that much more fuel. Got my pack organizer out here too. I absolutely love this piece of kit. Keeps everything nice and organized for me. All my small items, like my ferro rod, I keep my knife in there. A bunch of other smaller items that I carry, just keep in there, and so easy to get out from my pack. Alright, see if we can do this. First try. I always like to get some shavings going before I actually try for a spark or for a light. This ferro rod is so soft though, it sparks like nothing. There we go. Whew, I'm a little rusty, I'd say. Put that back in there before I lose it. Now we can get this thing ripping and roaring. I guess not really. We'll take it easy. We're going to burn small fuel. Just keep feeding it as I need to. Can't be getting too crazy, especially with this wind. You may be wondering why I'm carving an eating utensil for my supper here tonight. I've actually been asked this quite a bit in the past. Why not just pack one? Typically I do. A lot of times I forget. So, no big deal though. It's probably one of my favorite pastimes. Sitting next to a campfire, whittling a stick. Something I've done since I was just a young boy. It certainly isn't pretty. Somewhere between a fork and a spatula, I guess. But as long as it lets me cook my food and also eat it, should do the trick. So I guess we're getting a little bit later in the day. May as well start cooking up some supper. Alright, first things first, let's get this potato cooking up. Just doing a boiled potato tonight. A couple of them, I guess. One might actually be enough. So I am mighty excited for this meal. Start by breaking my egg here. Got a few beautiful thin sliced pork cutlets here. So into the egg it goes. And then into breadcrumbs. These breadcrumbs already have seasoning in them. Making ourselves some nice fried pork cutlets tonight. It's gonna be delicious. Alright, you should be getting pretty close. Wood sliver passes through them with ease. They are done. Got some instant gravy mix. I used my potato water to mix with the dry mix. Hopefully it'll thicken it up a bit. I don't think I could put into words how excited for this I am. This turned out absolutely amazing. Let's try one of these potatoes with some gravy, if my fork will work. Potatoes got pretty soft. That's good. Wow. That's some good gravy. Gotta be careful here. I don't really have a table, so I'm sitting on this log that's out in front of my camp here. Let's try this. Oh, that got so crispy. Wow. Oh my. This might be a new camp staple right here. That is really, really, really good. Cleaning up dishes in the outdoors does not have to be a big chore at all. All I do, throw some water in the pots, bring it to a boil, dump some out. I like to dump that water inside my fire pit. That way if there's any food remnants or anything that might smell and attract a bear or something, it ends up in my fire pit. It's just going to burn away. And then I wipe the pot or pan out with usually just some natural material like a handful of leaves, some moss, grass, something like that. Again, I dispose of that in my fire pit. That way, keeping the scent down. And from there, I just use a rag that I always bring with me and wipe them out, and they're good to go for next time. Well, that is about it for daylight. It's pretty dark now. It is time to sit back and relax. The day is over. Now it's time to just enjoy the campfire for a bit. I'm not going to get it burning too bright. I've just got a few bigger pieces of wood burning in here, but I'll pull them off before I go to bed, make sure the fire is completely extinguished. I don't want this getting away from me while I sleep, but I did bring out my good friend, so sit back, relax, enjoy the evening. Hopefully in the morning I got good news to bring you about my new bedroll. I'm excited to try it out. The wind has died down substantially, which puts me at a bit of ease. I really don't like being out in the bush when the winds are going crazy, because you never know when a tree's going to fall, but there's nothing really too dangerous around here. There's a big poplar there, but it looks like it's in pretty good shape, so I'm not too worried about it. And other than that, I'm kind of tucked in behind these big spruce trees too, so they should offer me a little bit of protection, but I don't think I'll have any issues. So now it's just time to relax, enjoy the night, and yeah, stay up for a little bit longer, and then I'll tuck away, go to bed, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning. Oh, I just had possibly the greatest sleep I've ever had while camping. This bed is so comfortable. I got this nice oversized sleep pad that is just so comfortable, it's not even funny. The blankets are nice and big, lots of room to move around in here. I'm not one of those people that just lays down, goes to sleep. I move around throughout the night. I lay on my side, on my back, my other side, my stomach. Like, I just flop around like a pancake. So having all this extra room in here is really, really nice. And this outer shell is extra big, so I can pull it over my head. This material is pretty thin, and it's a very breathable material, so it doesn't hold in moisture. Even last night when I was laying in here, I could feel the breeze coming through this material into the bedroll, so it's really nice, but it's thick enough that it keeps all the bugs off, all the mosquitoes, so I don't have to worry about that. Whew, this might be the way to do it. This has been a really good first test of this bedroll. I'm looking forward to many, many more nights out in it. Oh, the wind is still going. It started up about halfway through the night. So we got some wind to deal with today, but sun's shining. It's gonna be a good day. Get some nice fresh water, make some coffee. Do a little face wash here too. Oh. Whew. Cold water. Oh, feels good though. One little trick I've learned over the years is that from the base of a spruce branch, where it comes out of the tree, if you break it off there, usually there's a bunch of resin in the wood. So you can make kind of a mini feather stick like this, and it will accept the spark pretty readily. Again, with the ferro rod, I just like to scrape off some of the material. I'll just help it spark a lot more. So there we go. So there we go. Now it's basically a little match I can use. I'll just put my fine fuel on top of that. Since everything's so dry, it'll take off like nothing. Oh, that hits the spot. That's really good coffee. Drinking it from my Eagle Head Cooksa. Carved this a few years ago. Probably one of my favorite carvings that I've ever done. Easily my favorite Cooksa that I've ever carved. I've got a few more designs like this that I'd like to try. Oh, that is so good. Shaping up to be a really nice day. Wind is still blowing pretty good, but I can't really complain. It's keeping the flies away, so there's that. But sun's shining. The occasional cloud to give me some shade. Oh. Hard to beat this life. Well, we are looking mighty fine here. Absolutely. The trick with this meal is to cut your potatoes small enough so that they cook at the same speed as the bacon. Got a couple scrambled eggs here. Pour them in. The only thing that I forgot was an onion. That would have gone absolutely perfect in here. But even as is, this is just a fantastic start to the day. Nope. been another excellent outing. This camp has been very enjoyable, a very comfortable camp actually, thanks to this new bedroll. I'm really impressed with it, and I look forward to using it again soon. I got to enjoy some excellent food. The weather's been pretty good considering I didn't get rained out, although right now the winds are really starting to pick up, starting to gust really hard, so that's my cue to get on out of here and hit the trail. I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope this video has earned your subscription. I'd like to encourage you all to hit the like button. It really does help out the channel. And if you are interested in supporting the channel, you can visit cusk.ca. I'll leave a link in the description where you can find official Cusk merchandise and gear. I will be back soon with the next one, and I hope that you will all join me for it. But until then, take care, God bless, and happy trails.